Welcome back, this is Jared again, and today we're going to run through how to order made-to-measure vertical blinds on our made-to-measure ordering system. So once you're logged in, the first step is to click on this Add New Order button up here, which then loads up a screen with the address details and order information. So this screen contains your account address, which is here, the delivery address, which you can change if necessary, and then finally the order information down here. You've got to specify the order number before you can go any further. So this can be your purchase order number or customer name or whatever suits you. So I'm just going to put test. I'm going to leave customer reference blank, but you can fill it in if it would help you. And leave delivery notes blank and click next. So once this page loads, you click on Add New Blind, and it will load up a new page where we can start configuring our vertical blind. So on this drop down list you'll see there's quite a few different vertical blind options. Our classic headrail, which is what we supply as standard, is under the vertical 127, vertical 63 and vertical 89mm options, and also under the 127 wand wide and then the 89 wand wide. The other options are for the narrow and tilt track headrails, which you can specify if necessary. We're going to go for a standard 89mm vertical blind, so I'll select that option, and then this page will populate. We need to choose whether our measurements are metric or imperial. I'm going to leave them in metric, in millimeters. Then we need to specify whether our measurements are recess size, blind size, or hem to hem, which is the fabric size from the top of the louver to the bottom. I'm going to change mine to blind size. We'll then fill in the sizes, so I'm going to put in 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters. Specify the install height if we got it, in which case I'm going to put in 2.5 meters. I now need to change the chain length to make sure it complies to the child safety regulations. So taking 1.5 meters off the install height gives us 1 meter. So I'll specify that, and now we need to leave the small drop blank. You'd only ever specify something in here if you're ordering a sloping headrail. Now choose the fabric from this drop down list here. You can either scroll through to find the fabric that you need, or you can hit the right key on your keyboard to take you straight to that letter of the alphabet. We're going to go for sprint, so I'm going to hit S. Takes us down to S and just find sprint. So I'm going to choose sprint FR cream, and we can see the price group automatically updates there. Now we've got a location box here, which you can specify where you want to put the blind. Very useful if you're ordering more than one blind on an order. I'm going to specify for this one lounge. This will display on the sticker that's printed on the top of the headrail and on the outside of the box when the blinds are delivered. We've now got an instructions box. You use this if you're specifying anything that's non-standard. You can also use this if you're not sure of anything. So if you wanted to, for example, to have top fix and face fix brackets, you can type this in here. So just put top fix and face fix brackets. So once you've filled in the instructions box if necessary, we move on to this little table down here. This is where we configure the rest of the options for the blind. For example, the control type, you click that button here, we've got this drop down list here. You've got blank here, which should specify if you're just ordering louvers only, so you don't need a headrail, so there's no chain or cord. There's chain control tension system, which is when you've got chain and cord control fixed to the wall with a perm hold or P-clip, then child safety not applicable. It defaults to chain control tension system, so choose this for all domestic areas or schools, etc. You'd only ever use child safety not applicable if you're ordering blinds to go in offices or laboratories where children aren't likely to have access. The next option here is control. This is which side you want the chain and cord, so you can choose left control or right control, or blank if you're ordering louvers only. going to leave mine on left. And then the same idea for the bunch. You've got blank if you're just ordering louvers only, left bunch, right bunch, or split bunch, or there's even standard bunch, which you wouldn't actually use for this blind type. I'm going to put a split bunch. You see it updates there. In the headrail option, this defaults to white, which is supplied as standard. So you can either choose blank if you're ordering louvers only, brown when there's white. You wouldn't use them on a control rail, so you can ignore that option. So you leave it on white. Now the option list. This relates to the option for weights and chains and hangers that you're having. So it defaults to option 1, which is a complete blind supplied with weights, chains and hangers. And there's option 2, which is if you want the headrail and louvers but no weights and chains and hangers. And then there's the options for louvers only, stone and weights, etc. I'm going to leave mine on option 1. I'll just show you an example, but if you choose a different option, you'll see that the price updates there. So that's taking £12.60 off the price of the blind, which automatically updates in this table here. But we'll change that back to option 1. Then choose your bracket. It defaults to white top clips, but then you can choose the other options here from this list. So if you want shadow face fix brackets, or even extension brackets, if you're having to miss particularly big window handles, for example. But I'm going to choose face fix 89mm brackets. And then under the other option, we choose that, and then there's just 2 options here. If you're looking for alternating louvers, for example, if I wanted sprint cream and sprint mist and alternating louvers on my blind, I'd specify it in here, then just pop it into this box. So I'll just put in alternate sprint cream and mist. Or there's the silver bottom chain if you wanted to add that to the order as well. I'm just going to take that option off, so we've got a standard blind. So that's this blind configured, so we can just run through it and check. We've got a standard vertical 89mm vertical blind. Our measurements are metric. Their blind sizes, the width and drop are both 1500. The install height is 2.5 meters, so we've got a meter chain length. Chosen the right fabric, entered in the location, and asked for top fix and face fix brackets, and filled out this table. And now we've got the price list blind here. Means you can actually use this system for quotes as well, to generate your own quotes. So once you've checked everything's correct, you can click save. This will then load up a screen we saw a few minutes back. And now we've got this blind here as a line. So we've got an overview of the blind type, width and drop, the type of measurements, fabrics, quantity, and then the totals. You can either add another blind to the order by clicking on add new blind, or if you need to amend this blind, you can just tick that little button there, then use these buttons here, amend, delete, or copy it. If you're just looking to order the blind with a slight tweak of sizes, one shortcut is actually just to use the copy button and then go in and tweak the sizes. So we'll just do that now. I'll hit copy, and then this will reload, and we've now got an exact duplicate of that. So I'm going to click that radio button there, hit amend. We can go in and tweak the size of these blind. Doing it this way saves you having to re-enter all the details again, like if you hit add new blind. So I'm just going to change this to 2 meters wide, 1.5 meters drop, install height, enter it back in again 2.5 meters. So as before, change the chain length to a meter. Leave all the other details the same, except changing it to right hand control, and then hit save. That will then update the order. So both options here, and then the net total for the order. So once that's complete, you can hit save. This will take you back to the very first screen we saw when we started off the video. We've got this line here in red. Now you can leave this saved on the system as a quote, or you can place the order straight away. If you want to place the order, you tick this button here, and then hit pay order if you've got a Proforma account, or if you've got a credit account, you won't have this button, you'll have a submit order instead. So you just hit that, so if you click pay order, it'll bring up this little message where you would click OK and it takes you on to the next screen. I won't run through all the payment details, but that's how to order a standard 89mm vertical blind. Thanks a lot for watching, get in touch if you've got any questions.